So this kid was sleeping in a barber's chair, and his sister went up and kissed him, and he thought the barber did it, and he was having Look at the way he's looking at the barber.
Oh man, hey, he gonna wipe him off too. Like, bro, look here.
Oh man. He was having none
I
of it.
love it, man. What do you think the best form of networking is? Get up, get out of bed, and get going.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna fly, take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground, and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Whew. All right, this is the first time we're doing 2 in a week.
Yeah, 2 days in a week.
Gotta be
2 in
back.
a week. Gotta get back. Gotta get back. Gotta get back, man. What's that though? That ain't our handshake, bro. If
I
we're
know.
gonna do 2 days, bro, in a row, get the handshake right, man. Sorry, y'all. I got like 30 handshakes. I can't remember them all. So
I know you do the calculations on the fly, don't you?
yeah, just on the fly. That's all I do.
It's all with white dudes too.
Yeah, oh boy. Always with white dudes, bro. But the white dudes are the coolest though, man, because when they get the handshake, hey, they in there. They will not let me down with this handshake. I try to pound them sometimes, shake their hand. They're like, bro, what you doing, man? That ain't what we do. So, hey, white boys got swag. Look at him. Clean cut, boy. Shaved up, ready to go.
It was cut a little too short.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah,
But
you like
that's
a little
all
bit
right.
longer?
Just a little bit, because I can't do anything with the hair gel.
God, that hair gel
Mm-hmm.
get you. But when that fade grow in, bro, you're going to be looking legit.
Yeah,
I get the fade grow
at
in.
first she didn't fade it, and I was looking at my head, and I have an egg head. So I was like, I have like a big egg alien head. So I was looking at it kind of like, and she was ready to like put some stuff. And I was like, hey, can we fade it in? Because my head was all round.
Round,
I
yeah.
was like, it was the same like distance from here to
To
here.
there? Yeah, like,
Yeah.
no.
I wasn't feeling that. She does a good job.
Yeah, good. Where you get your haircut at?
Sports Clips.
Okay, good. Yeah, good deal, man. I got to get my haircut today. Got that gray coming in.
Oh yeah, it's Wednesday too, huh?
Yeah, it's Wednesday, man. I'll get my haircut. Got a board meeting today, so
11 o'clock, right?
11:30.
11:30 for the haircut.
Yeah, 11:30 for the haircut. 12 o'clock for the board meeting, and then back to the spot.
You get your haircut in 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You know, hey, VIP, man. I've been getting my haircut at the same spot, y'all, at the same spot since I was 12 years old. Your Crown in Glory. Your Crown in Glory on East Main Street. Jerome Shannon, Broderick Jones. Go see those guys. Yeah, 30 minutes.
I might have to check them out.
Yeah, 30 minutes, man. You know, you got to put a time limit on it. I got things to do, got places to go. Big brother hooked me up. Now-
The best haircuts I've ever gotten have been from barbershops like that.
Oh yeah, we love it, man. You know, I hate that it's 30 minutes and I'm doing it on my lunch break because I like to go in there and chill, man. Go in there and catch up with all the old dudes and, you know, get all the gossip. You know how women go to the salon, bro?
Mm-hmm.
I go to the barbershop.
Barbershops are fun.
Yeah.
Those dudes will be yelling at each other, not even looking, cutting hair.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, bro. It's a blast, man. Especially like on a Friday or like a Saturday. I mean, it's just a cool spot to hang out, man. You'll see. I ain't no telling what the hell you'll see.
No,
Or what I know, there ain't no telling what the hell you'll hear.
that
I
is
mean,
true.
You know, we gonna say some stuff. But
I remember the first time
Fuck.
I ever went into a black barbershop.
Yeah?
I was with Dion,
oh we.
and I took him to get his haircut. I was like 16, and I drove him to get his haircut. And I walk in, and this was in Garland, Texas.
Oh shoot. Oh shoot.
And I walk in, and I tell you, the entire place went silent, looked at me, because I was the only white person in there.
Oh
They were
yeah.
like,
Oh shoot, bro. You said
you
Garland,
could,
bro.
You could hear a pin drop. They were like,
Bing.
"What is?" And I was like, "You should probably wait out. You should probably wait out in the truck."
Yeah, man. One of them looks like just back at the door, bro. Just back out.
Yeah, me being 16, I was like, "Okay, now I'll be like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna
Yeah,
wait here."
yeah. When you was 16, a little different,
Be cool
man.
now.
Yeah, a little different for me too. Growing up at 16 versus
I
now.
think they were just so shocked they never saw a white guy come in there.
They never seen one. There's a token white guy in every clique,
In
bro,
every
and there's a
clique.
token black
That's
guy in
true.
every clique.
That's true.
I mean, I got a lot of white friends and black friends, and there was times where I was the only black person there, and yeah, it's awkward, bro. Like, it's awkward. So
But once you just ingratiate yourself,
yeah,
like, it's not awkward anymore.
it's not
You
awkward
find out
anymore.
People are just people.
Bro, people are just people, and the most thing is what we was talking about, man. Not too long ago, maybe I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago, we were saying that if you walk into a room and you don't feel like you're supposed to be there, you're probably supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
that's
feel like
good,
you don't
man.
fit in, you're supposed to be there. Yep.
That's it, man. I met a lot of people.
That's true.
Through rooms like that. I let a lot of good friends, man, that I thought that didn't like me. Or you walk in that room, bro, and then they looking at you and staring at you, and some of my best friends came out of that room. It's crazy, man. The crazy that the love that you get when you stay in the room. I think when you walk in that room, I think they're looking at you like, is he gonna stay or is he gonna go? We're gonna find out what type of dude he is. And at 16, you can't do that. At that age. But now, you can. And so keep walking in them rooms, y'all.
You put yourself in positions that
Keep walking.
that you're going to meet people that you never thought you'd meet.
Yeah.
I mean, just by doing that, even if it's a room that's, for one, you don't know who's going to be in that barbershop. You might meet a CEO in there that could help you out or could give you advice. But, I mean, even if there's nobody in that room that could help you financially or give you any kind of advice, like the quality of people that you could meet by just talking to different people from different walks of life, the different ways that you'll be able to start thinking outside the box, the points of view that you might see. That's why I think that's part of the reason growing up in Texas, that's part of the reason that I'm so agnostic when it comes to like political opinions, when it comes to things like that. I just want to sit on the middle of the fence, figure out which side I agree more with, and then you don't have to jump to conclusions and start yelling and have a shout party or just being mean to people because they have a disagreement on a certain point of view from you. Nowadays, that's all anyone wants to do is sit in an echo chamber where they only get repeated one point of view, and then they decide, oh, well, everybody else, to hell with them. And then they sit on Facebook and they only get, if you're right-wing conservative, you only get things that are right-wing conservative. Because if you don't, you block them.
Right.
If you get anything that's left-wing, you get it, and then you get everything that's left-wing, and then you're liberal, and then you get something that's conservative, you block them or you report them, and then you only get what you believe in, and so you never get the other point of the view. So you can never form a different opinion, never grow from it. So I think that's very important. Everyone has different points of view, and if you want to be a well-rounded individual, you have to be able to sit and learn from everybody. So like you said, putting yourself in rooms that you may not feel like you're very comfortable in, you may not fit in.
Yeah. That's a good point. And, Lee, and let me ask you, because, obviously you're younger than me, right? And so me growing up, I'm starting to catch up, like starting to catch up to social media. I'm starting to catch up to, the new ways of life, right? And again, you young cats, man, young folks, keep doing what you're doing and keep inspiring these older folks like myself, but do it the right way. And so I was thinking about networking, right? Networking. For me in the beginning, networking was like go to businesses, ask them, questions about what they're doing and tell them what I'm doing, give them a card, and that was it. They'll call me when they need something. I'll call them, but I have this networking person in my forum or whatever, right? And so that's what I thought it was. And then go to the next person, tell them what you do, tell them what they do, and then you network. Well, sitting here thinking about it, you're talking about walking into rooms, unfamiliar rooms, and rooms that you don't think that you should be in. Sit in those rooms, and again, at the barbershop, right? Even though that I didn't think about it, even though that I didn't know it until now, I'm networking. Just by having a laughful conversation or a funny conversation or just a general conversation with somebody about tuna fish, right? Or them fishing or whatever, that's a form of networking. And I think that's a good task for everybody to go out and do. Just go into a room and sit and, listen and, like Austin said, get it from different points of view. That's one of the things, man, for me that I want to hear everybody's opinion. Because when you listen to one opinion, that's just one direction that you're going to go. But what if you're going that direction and you hit a roadblock? What are you going to do now? You don't have anybody else's opinion. You don't have anybody else's insight. You don't have anybody else's perspective. So I think it's great, man. And I'm going to start doing more of it.
I think networking, the old way of networking, like you said, going and sitting down and talking with important people and talking to business owners and people in that business, and because you never know down the line who could be of assistance to you or who could help you out. But I think there's obviously an extra added layer now with social media that you can expand the network, but that doesn't take away the importance of the people-on-people interaction, being able to get mentors, being able to learn those little minute details the little things that can carry a business, carry you in life to a large degree. So, but you carry on to the next portion of it, which would be the social media. Like, instead of just being able to network in your immediate surroundings before the internet blew up, you can now network with people, 100, 150 miles away, reach a larger distance. If you're a business, let's say you're a business owner networking, you can reach people from 150 miles away. It's part of what we do in our advertising for the dealership. We market up to 150 miles away, I think. So we can get within a reasonable distance. We can market, and then we can network with other dealerships to figure out what's working for them. So you have the ability to do that instead of just being more stuck and limited to a more geocentric, like a location-centric form of networking to what's available to you right here. What's available to you right here can be almost as beneficial, if not as beneficial, depending on the scenario. And then you can use that social media to leverage yourself. You can also reach out to people. Let's say you, for instance, let's say this YouTube channel and this podcast starts to grow, catches the eye of somebody who, been doing it a long time. We can get advice from them. Even if they live in California, New York, Wyoming, wherever the hell they live, we can reach out to them and take advice. How to set up equipment, how to not have issues. It's a like you said, it's a changing world, but also people still want to be validated. People still want to learn from someone face to face. And I think that's always going to be a big thing. I hope it is.
Yeah.
Who knows where we'll be in 20, 30 years. But
right. That was my next question. I mean, what do you think the best form of networking is? Face to face, texting, emails. I think all of it plays a role in it. But what's your opinion? What do you think the best would be?
I think
if somebody kind of starting out and just wanting to do more networking and more perspective and get more opinions and get some knowledge.
I think you can have a broad learning, which is you learn a lot of things in a short period of time, and then or a lot of things over a long period of time too. But you don't go too in depth, and you can have a deep learn. In code, that's what they call it. It's deep learning. Is you go and you ingratiate yourself in one language and one specific point of that language. Learn it and then use it multiple times. Get very familiar with it. Write a lot of lines of code. So if I can go network with 150 people, but if I just create very surface level relationships, what are the odds that those relationships are going to have too much impact on my life versus you and I sitting down talking, and obviously we've known each other for over 3 years, so
right.
It's a little different. But let's say we were new and you were a guest on the podcast. We started talking, and then I got to know you. We hit it off, and then we formed a little relationship after that, and then started doing something together. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We networked at work, and we built a great relationship. So that's why we decided to start doing this together.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have a deep relationship, when you have a deep learn, a deep connection, a deep networking option, then I think that's more tried and true to be able to get you results. It can't be with the wrong person, because then it goes back to who are you spending your time with.
Right.
So it has to be somebody that you aspire
Right.
to be, somebody that you or has traits that you aspire to acquire, someone that you feel like is doing well in their life or is going somewhere in their life, and that you want to be around for that. So
Yeah. You know, I totally agree with that. You know, and like you said, it has to be the right person, has to be the right platform, has to be the right game plan for you. I think, you know, if not, then you're networking with the wrong people, and then again, you know, your life comes to a halt. Is because, you know, nobody's, you know, making you grow and, you know, making you be valuable. And I think you got to talk to people that are valuable in your life. Those people that are going to give you, you know, those hard questions and talk to you, you know, real stern with it. So I think networking is really good, and I think that's what the world's coming to. You know, I think you need a partner in everything that you do. You know, even, you know, playing basketball or a one-on-one game. You know, you got to have somebody there that's going to push you to the max. So,
I mean, just with your strength in numbers, you network with a smaller core of individuals
absolutely
that get things done.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're not networking with people that have nothing to do with your business.
No,
I mean,
absolutely.
you may be on the surface, but they don't have they're not helping you with the day-to-day operations.
Yeah.
Because they have no business doing it, you know?
That's right. That's right. We spoke about that yesterday. You know, we really did. And so, you know, continue to network, guys. Continue to walk in those rooms. Walk in those rooms and don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. Walk in them rooms and just smile and know you're supposed to be there.
How's the workout?
Workout was great, man. Yeah, I hit tries and buys. I hit tries, buys, and calves today. So yeah, workout was great, man. Did till failure today. So just worked out, burnt out, did till failure today. Did some easy bar curls. Did some 45s on there with a couple 5s on there. Did some tricep pull downs, one arm, both arms. So yeah, workout was good, man. Woke up and got to it.
Did you have trouble getting off the floor today?
No, I did not have trouble getting off the floor.
Bo comes
today.
in yesterday.
I did not.
He goes, he said, I had trouble getting off the floor.
Yeah, man.
He did abs, right?
Yes. I did some scissors yesterday. And so my niece, you know, she teaches Zumba. So she's always at a fast pace, man. And so she pushes me like no tomorrow. I'm supposed to be training her, and she really over there pushing me. Yeah, I can't get out the floor today, man.
That's your cardio, though.
That is my cardio. She does a good job of that.
You do any other cardio besides that?
Yeah.
Fast-paced workouts?
Yeah. So every night I walk my dogs. So that's kind of my cardio at nighttime. I walk my dogs, and basically they pull me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm basically being like on a sled, or, you know, they pull me. So I walk, and then I, you know, ride the bike, do the stair stepper. So I just like riding the bike, or, you know, the stair stepper.
Is that for a warm up?
That's for a warm up. Yeah, that's for a warm up. That and the bike. So I try to do my cardio before. I don't like doing it after. I say after. You know, I wait till the end of the evening and walk my dog. So I try to at least get 20 minutes of cardio in.
I'm that way. I have to do like a warm up before I stretch.
Yeah.
Stretching for me almost never does anything unless my legs are warm.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't know if this is actually true or not, but I use the analogy. It's like warming up taffy versus like cold taffy.
It
just doesn't
stretch out. Yeah, gotcha. I don't like to stretch before or during my workout. I really don't like doing cardio before or after, but I know I got to have cardio. You know, I got to have it just for, you know, my heart and my body, and, you know, I got to have it. So I do it, but I'd rather just go in there and hit it. You know, my warm up is usually no weight at all, just either the bar or, you know, the machine, just do no weights, do to, you know, like 3 sets of 20 before I actually start my workout. So now I'm lifting heavy. So, you know, short reps, 6 to 8, sometimes 3. So I'm back to lifting heavy, and it feels good, man. You know, so I took about 2 years just to get back in it, just going and lifting lightweight. I didn't lift over 50 pounds for 2 years, you know, and now I'm back to it. So, yeah.
That's what I was about to ask you. You've heard of David Goggins, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I love David.
So he lost 100 pounds in 3 months.
Yeah, I love David.
Now, I don't need to lose that much. I need to lose about 40. And I'm going to take probably 2 months to do it. 2 to 3 months. So what he did, and because he was getting interviewed, and someone asked him why or how he was able to lose 100 pounds in 3 months and not have any stretch marks, not have any loose skin.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that he developed a weight program where he would get a weight to where he could do a rep for 100 reps.
Yeah.
Let's say if he's on bench and he does 100 reps. Yep. Oh, there you go.
I got him, man. I'm
You got
telling
him.
you.
He'd do 100 reps, but if he got 30 in the first set, he would stop right here. Rest. Yeah. That's his rest, but you can't rest for more than 10 seconds. Then you go and you just keep going until you finish the 100.
Yeah.
And he said he did that for 3 months, and then he lost 100 pounds.
100 pounds.
So I'm not going to kickboxing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the time to lose some weight.
Well, good.
I say that because I've been eating like garbage lately. Yeah. But I've got my keto meals.
Good.
Coming back up.
Good.
What do you think about something like that?
Oh, I love it, man.
Like that super high reps.
I love it. I love super high reps. I really do. And I was watching him the other day, man, and listening, and it was so crazy. He just popped up on my phone because I was thinking, doing some stuff, and I love it, man. Again, for 2 years, that's all I did was high reps. I do it now. I do it now. Like on my abs, if I'm working abs, I'm gonna do 200 reps. That's it. That's what we do. And, we do 4 sets of 50 on abs, and when you see us on video, that's what we're doing. But I love it, man. I love Till Failure. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a great inspiration to me, especially when he was a bodybuilder. Bro, that's what he did. There was no count to his reps at all. There was no counts to his reps. A lot of the big guys like that now, there's no counts to their rep. They do it until failure. They do it till they physically can't do it. Ronnie Coleman. Look at any video that he has. That's it. He's doing it until he can't do it anymore. He's doing it till failure. So I enjoy it. And so 3 days a week, at least, I'm doing it till failure. Just like, like today, I did it till failure. And then I caught myself like, oh, crap, I got to get to work. I got to get to here. But, you know what I mean? I got to go do some different work right now. So, yeah, I love it, man. So keep doing it. Keep it up. Keep it up. I'm going to keep pushing you, keep motivating you. And if you don't lose it, that's on you.
That's on me.
That's on you if you don't lose it.
It's on me that I put it on.
Yeah, that's it. It's on you. So we're going to push him, y'all. So every time you see us week to week, y'all look at him. Y'all come in and let him know how is he doing over there. Seriously. Motivation. He look good, though. He look good.
If you saw me what I looked like about a year and a half ago, you'll say I look good. But
yeah, he look good. He finna look great, right?
Got a little Mel Robbins to kick it off.
Right here, your prefrontal cortex. It's referred to as a starting ritual in habit research, a cheat code for your brain. And the 5-second rule is very simple. The moment you have an instinct to move, you got to do it within 5 seconds or your brain will kill it. When you count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you interrupt habit loops. And the counting backwards requires focus, so it awakens this sucker right here, your prefrontal cortex. It's referred to as a starting ritual in habit research, a cheat code for your brain. And the 5-second rule is very simple. The moment you have
I've started doing this on Tuesdays and now Wednesdays, getting up in the morning. I've seen this once before, and I saw it again, so that's why I sent it, because I actually practice this 1-2 days a week. I need to start doing it every day to get up earlier. I know it's something that we talked about a long time ago. I haven't been getting up as early on Tuesdays, like the days we've on the podcast I have, but when you get up within 5 seconds, you have to move within 5 seconds. So if you're laying in bed and then you're like, all right, I need to get up, you have to get up within 5 seconds. Otherwise, you're breaking that habit loop to get back in bed, to go back to sleep, to hit snooze. All right, if you're able to do it within 5 seconds, you gave yourself 5 seconds, then you have that time to get up. If not, then you're going to go back into what you're already used to doing, which is hitting snooze, wanting to get that extra rest, and now you're in a rush all of a sudden.
What's the actual name for it? She said. What was she saying?
It's
instinct to move. You got to do it within 5 seconds or your brain will kill it. When you count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you interrupt habit loops. And the counting backwards requires focus, so it awakens this sucker right here, your prefrontal cortex. It's referred to as a starting ritual in habit research.
Starting ritual and habit research.
Yeah. Got you.
So you have 5 seconds to do it.
Yeah, you got to get in the habit. And I did it this morning. And, looking back this morning, I usually do that. Alarm goes off at 4 a.m. I'm like, It's 4 a.m. Turn my alarm off. It's 4 a.m. Oh, crap. It's 4 a.m. Oh, shit. It's 4 a.m. I got to get up.
That just sounds filthy.
That was about 15 seconds, right? So, yeah. But this morning, I'm like, oh, crap. It's 4 a.m. I got the podcast today. I got to get my haircut today. I got to go get, let me get up. And I got up within 5 seconds. I didn't count it, but it was a lot faster than I normally did, and I felt better. Ain't that some shit? Bro, I wake up faster, get out of bed faster, in a hurry, and then I feel better. Versus laying there hitting the snooze button and saying, but that's what we did. We triggered our brain, bro, to
What's
tell
your
us to
take
go
on
and get
cold
up.
showers?
I don't like cold showers. I mean, I really don't. They don't wake me up.
No?
They put me back to sleep because I'm in there cold and shivering. Like, I like warm showers. I like, whether it's 100 degrees outside, I like warm showers because warm water wakes me up. So I take a warm shower in the morning. Like sometimes, bro, I'll like after, a workout, I'll just go sit in the shower. Like turn the hot water on, go sit in the shower, sit in there for 20 minutes and then, bathe and get out. So I don't like cold showers, bro. You?
They work on me.
Do they?
But I don't want
Even in the wintertime?
Mhm.
Man.
I don't want to be cold because for me, it's about being comfortable and uncomfortable. Because if it's the wintertime, especially if it's the wintertime actually, and it's 20 degrees out, 10 degrees out, 0 degrees out, and I'm in there in the shower and I take a warm shower, I don't want to get out of the damn shower.
Gotcha.
And then I want to, what's the next best thing once you get out of the shower? Go curling up in bed.
Yeah.
So what I do and what I've been doing in the mornings is starting out warm and then for about 15, 20 seconds going ice cold, doing the breathing exercises, sometimes 30 seconds, and then turning it back to warm up. Okay, now it kind of shocked your system a little bit. You're not getting out with cold water on you. You're not like freezing, but you still got some of the benefits. And maybe all the people that are very, very hard into the cold showers and the Wim Hof methods and stuff.
Yeah.
They're probably going to come at me for not doing the full cold shower. But
Okay.
Baby steps. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not taking an ice bath every morning.
Okay. All right. Now I can do that, right? I've done that so many times, but just straight cold. I can't. I don't know. Maybe I'm just. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old, man. I like warm and cozy. Maybe that I need to look at it that way. Warm and cozy in the shower, and you're right. You get out, you're warm and cozy. It does relax me. It makes me kind of want to curl up. So maybe I should start looking at it like that. You know what I mean? And doing a cold shower. That way I'm fully awake and wide awake.
But I think you're more of I think you said you're not a morning person, but the fact that you can get up at 4 a.m. consistently, you're more of a morning person than most people. So maybe you don't have as much of an issue, and maybe down the line I won't once I create that habit because you created the habits.
Yeah,
but
it was a habit.
I think that's part of it.
Yeah, you're right. It was a habit. It was a habit because I wasn't a morning person. I wasn't getting up in the morning, but I've been doing it, I guess, for 4 years now. So I am a morning person now. But I've created a habit. So that's what it is.
We're making better time today, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's good stuff. Talk about working out, man. One of my buddies, longtime buddy, man, from elementary, 5th grade. He sent me a picture of himself, man. He's been up in the morning at 4:30 working out. Just kind of wanted me to hold him accountable a little bit. And so Charles Cheeto, I appreciate you, man. Charles McClure out there, I appreciate you for calling on me and, helping you and assisting you out on your fitness journey. So
shout out to Cheeto. Keep it up, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. This kid, you talk about you, man. This kid was about 300 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, he's about 300 pounds. And, he was always a chubby kid. I'm talking about you, Cheeto. He was always a chubby kid, but he was always a cool kid and a kid that was kind of real shy and timid and stuff. And now, man, he's lost weight and he's bodybuilding and has a wife and kids and doing great. So it's just good to see kids like that grow up,
time
man.
of his life, huh?
He is. He's living the best life right now, man. And so good job, Charles. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you for being a great friend.
Probably, people who go their whole life being bigger and then get into great shape later in life, I feel like they just appreciate it more.
Yeah,
and
he does.
They have to build those habits instead of just naturally being able to do it.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
A lot of people who have the high metabolisms when they're younger and don't put in the effort and can eat whatever they want, they end up getting bigger. It's like athletes.
Yes.
Like you see Shannon Sharp and you see just a couple players.
Magic Johnson, all those guys.
A couple of those guys, they stay in fantastic shape, especially Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
Stay in fantastic shape because they enjoy working out after they retire.
Yes.
A lot of those guys, I don't have to go to practice anymore. And then they end up putting on 50, 60 pounds. Wide receivers look like defensive linemen. Yeah. So this kid was sleeping in a barber's chair, and his sister went up and kissed him, and he thought the barber did it, and he was having Look at the way he's looking at the barber.
Oh man, hey, he gonna wipe him off too. Like, bro, look here.
Oh man. He is having none
I
of it.
love it, man.
That's a fresh cut though.
And it is a fresh cut, man. You know this young man is very intelligent. I mean, you can just tell the way that he's reacting to it and he's acting to it. He is very, very, very intelligent. Probably funny, man. Probably funny little guy too.
Oh yeah.
Man, I like to see him, man, at a barbershop one day. Yeah.
Oh man.
6 a.m. to noon, and I'm not crazy. You're crazy for thinking it takes 24 hours, just like some dude in a cave did 300 years ago. My second day starts at noon and goes till 6 p.m. That's day 2. What I've done now is I have changed and manipulated time. I now get 21 days a week. Stack it up over a month, I'm gonna kick your butt. Stack it up over a year, you're toast. Stack it up over 5 years, my entire life is different than it would have been otherwise. And if you do this for about 90 of your traditional days that you think are, you will come back to me and go, that profoundly impacted my life. My day is 6 a.m. to noon, and I'm not crazy. You're crazy for thinking it takes 24 hours, just like some dude in a cave did 300 years ago. My second day starts at noon and goes till 6 p.m. That's day 2. What I've done now is I have changed and manipulated time. I now get 21 days a week. Stack it up over a month, I'm gonna kick your butt. Stack it up over a year, you're toast. Stack it up over 5 years, my entire life is different than it would have been otherwise. And if you do this for about 90 of your traditional days that you think are, you will come back to me and go, that profoundly impacted my life. My day is 6 a.m. to noon, and I'm not crazy. You're crazy for thinking it takes 20.
I think you already kind of do this. Maybe you don't look at it this way, but if you're up at 4 a.m., you're giving yourself 4 more hours than most people. I mean, let's break your day down. You go to the gym 4:30?
5.
Okay, you're at the gym at 5 a.m., but you get up at 4. So you do the things that you got to do around the house, get ready, get your stuff ready for work, get ready for the gym. You're at the gym by 5 o'clock. Okay, so from 4 to 8, because you got to be working 7:45 basically. So from 4 to 8, that's your gym time. That's your family time in the morning, and then here. Okay, so today, for instance, you've already accomplished the gym, and you're recording the podcast, and then you're going to go home and get ready for work. By the time you get to the gym, or by the time you get to work, now your day started. So for those 4 hours, you've already had accomplished more in that day. Most people won't, 1, go to the gym in a day. Most people, 2, won't do an extracurricular that they enjoy like this, that they're working towards something. So you've already done that before you even go to work.
Yes,
now
sir.
you go to work, and then break it down for the first 6 hours like you did. The first 2 hours of work, you have basically your house cleaning stuff at work, calling previously sold customers, taking care of anything, service customers that we had to get taken care of, WEOs, anything like that, right?
Yes.
Anything that you've got to get taken care of in the morning, you do house cleaning. Start and make Facebook posts, helping the salesman do follow-up, stuff like that, to get their day started. From 10 to, 4? Yeah, 10 to 4. Now you're in the prime portion of, okay, now we've got to set some appointments. Now we've got to do follow-up. Now we have to get through and set up the rest of our day, the rest of our week. Now from basically 4 to 7, that's the prime. All right, it's go time. That's when we're busiest. Now it's time to close deals. Now it's time to sell cars. And then, because we probably sell most of our cars from 3 to 7 o'clock.
Absolutely correct.
So
Yes, sir.
that's your different days already. Now you get home. Now you're with family time. So now you've broken those days up. Instead of one 24-hour day, you have 3 different days in one day that you're setting up. So instead of an 8-hour workday or a 10-hour workday, you've gone from 4 a.m. to 7 p.m. or 8 p.m., and then you've accomplished more than what most people can do in a single workday.
Yeah, yeah.
Just by being disciplined with your time.
Just by being disciplined with our time. You know, you got to have time management. And, you know, you do have to have time management, but stop living by the clock, like he said. Stop living by the clock, because we put a time limit on everything that we do, right? We put a time limit on everything that we do, but time comes in seconds. That's how they start. Set 1 second, 2 seconds, right? You get to 30 seconds, that's a half a minute. You get to 60 minutes or 60 seconds, that's 1 minute. And I think a lot of times we take that for granted. We take those seconds for granted, and then we sit around and here's a favorite saying, Austin. Here's a favorite saying. Wait a second. Give me a minute. Mm-hmm. Wait a second. Hold up. Wait a second. Give me a minute. I'll redo it, right? I was that guy last month. Wait a minute. Give me a second. You know? But every second that you're waiting, you're costing yourself a minute. Every second you're waiting, you're costing yourself a minute. And, you know, for my life, I figured that out. Like, look, I can't wait. You know, I need all the time in the day to get things done that I want to get accomplished. You know what I'm saying? For me, I want to get those things done, right? And I got 24 hours in a day, and I really started looking at that like, okay, you got 24 hours in a day. What are you doing with your time? Like, what are you doing with it? Like, what are you doing with it? And you got to have and buy yourself a little bit more time to get things in your life done. You'll never get them done. You won't get them done. I hear people all the time, my parents or my siblings or my friends tell me all the time, man, I wish I could have went over there. Man, I wish I could have did that in my prime. When I was younger, I wish I could have did that. When I was, you know, back over in California, I wish I could have went to that spot. Stop wishing. Stop waiting. Stop living by the clock. And until you do that, there's always going to be something in your life that you don't get accomplished. And whatever it is, it's going to piss you off. It's going to make you mad, and you're going to make up every excuse why it wasn't done. And it was because you didn't get it done. You did not get it done. And so, again, also for me, I want to get it done. I want to get it done, and I want all the time in the day to get it done. It's like last night, it's 10 o'clock. I'm like, I'm finna go to sleep. Guess what I thought? Or it was 9:53, the exact time. I know the exact, and I look at exact times now is because I want to remember that moment. And last night at 9:53, I looked at my phone and I said, I'm finna turn off all the TV. My wife's asleep. Dogs are asleep. I said, I'm finna go to sleep. Well, the first thought was, how can you go to sleep when your stuff ain't done yet? You ain't made your nightly post yet, right? Your stuff ain't done yet. You hadn't done the stuff that you're supposed to do. You hadn't prepared for the board meeting tomorrow.
Mine was racing.
Mine was already racing. I was finna go to sleep. And the reason I can do that now, because this became a habit, y'all. It's not easy. You won't be able to do it overnight. But if you practice it and you continue to get up like Austin's doing right freaking now, get up 5 seconds and you'll master it.
And you're not going to score 100 on the test. You're not going to be perfect.
You're going to fail.
You're going to fail. You're going to learn from it. You're going to get better, and you're going to start getting better and scoring better on the test. Now, I guess what? He gets up probably 95% of the time, goes to the gym. I'm working on getting up for recording the podcast. We missed 2 months worth because I couldn't figure out. I got frustrated why I couldn't figure out a couple things, and then I figured that out, and then something else popped up. Couldn't figure that out. I let the frustration get to me, and then I procrastinated. I haven't figured it out yet. Nope. Have you figured it out yet, Austin? Nope. Have you figured it out? Nope. And then eventually I got sick of it. I got sick of sitting around doing nothing. I was going to say something. You talked about making excuses and putting in the work. I played high school football with a kid. In my freshman year, I was a linebacker. I was actually really good at linebacker. Wasn't the fastest in the world. I was not super slow. I wasn't slow or anything, but I just really had a good instinct on defense. And I played linebacker my freshman year for JV. And even on varsity, I wasn't a starter, but I was the second string middle linebacker. I was like 190 pounds then, so I was a lot smaller. But I broke my collarbone, so I didn't get to play varsity that year. But I came back about 6 weeks in. Dislocated my collarbone. Came back in about 5-6 weeks in, whatever it was, and then played the rest of the season. And for the rest of that season, I had 19, 20 tackles in one game. I mean, it was my first game back. We played Red Oak. I actually remember it, Red Oak in Texas. I had 19, 20, 21 tackles, something like that. I just remember that. You can ask my mom. The announcer said my name like every play. I was just on every tackle. And I was so good at middle linebacker for never doing it before. That was my first year playing middle linebacker. I was a lineman my whole life because I lost a lot of weight. And I say that to say because we had two middle inside linebackers, me and a kid named Garrett Choate. I love you, Garrett. I was so much more naturally talented than him. He may have been a little faster than me, but just football and just strength and, knowledge of the game, instinct of the game. I won't say knowledge, instinct of the game. At that point, I was so much better than him. But after the freshman year, or towards the end of the freshman year, my love and care for football went like this. Just went straight down. And I still worked hard, going to weights and going to practice and being dedicated, but my mind wasn't there.
Yeah.
And so I gave 80% on the reps, 85, 90% instead of 100, 110. And he kept it. He had personal trainers, and he worked his ass off for 4 years of high school and then after high school too. And he, I'm telling you, was probably the hardest working athlete I've ever seen in my life. And guess what? He went on to walk on at Utah. And then he went and played at SMU and got like special teams player of the year at SMU or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the NCAA, but like he earned a scholarship at SMU. Mm-hmm. He was that dedicated. And this is a kid who had back injury, had broken his back when he was younger, couldn't lift weights in a conventional way for a long time. I don't know if he ever got over that, but he worked his ass off so hard that he was able to, completely surpass. And this dude's jacked now. Jacked, like 220. I think he's like 6 foot, 6'1". His dad played in the NFL. Was at one point was like the all-time leading tackler in NCAA. But he had just had a work ethic that was completely unmatched, and I wasn't even close to it. We would go in and we would bench, and I would or deadlift, squat, power clean, whatever it was, and I would be so much stronger than him. But he just worked his ass off and had no excuses and completely surpassed, my football ability. Yeah, exactly. And so, that's just an example of me versus somebody else who I might have been more naturally talented than at one point. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it changes, but he just that was actually like a wake up call looking back, because for a while, I would look back when I was younger and say, I could have done this. If he did this, I could have done this. Well, no, he worked his ass off. So and I look back, and that's kind of inspirational.
Very inspirational.
Being able to look back and be like, man, why are you making excuse? Why are you attaching yourself to that? That's his accomplishment. So I think a lot of people look back, I was better than him, and then they don't actually look at the work that was put into it. So shout out to Garrett. I hope you're doing great, man. You're engaged now, so congratulations on that. But
it's tough not to make excuses. It really is. I find myself almost about to make an excuse, and then I think about the things that we talk about. I think about the things that I'm learning to do. I think about the habit that I'm trying to create with no excuses. The only excuse is that I didn't do it. That's the only excuse I can come up with. You didn't do it. You didn't do it. You didn't make the time. Again, you got 24 hours in the day. Make the time. Make the time to do it. So, keep inspiring me, Austin. Keep inspiring me because, it's not easy getting up at 4 a.m. It's not. But when I see other people doing it, I see you doing it, and I see that it's helping you and motivating you, then guess what? I want to stay on that train with you, And so, keep inspiring yourself. Do it for you. Don't do it for nobody. And I'm here to sit back and watch the results because I know the results are going to be great for you.
Stress doesn't come from hard work. Stress primarily comes from not taking action over something that you can have some control over.
So like we've talked about, your controllables in life. Stress doesn't come from working hard. It comes from knowing that you can take action on something in your life and that you can have it affect the outcome, but you didn't. So that you procrastinated. Put it off because you're afraid of failure, just like Rocky talked about yesterday. You're afraid of failure, so you're letting yourself fail, and you're stressed about letting yourself fail. So that's exactly what he's talking about. That's coming from one of the richest men in the world right there.
Man, I love it. I love it. I'm actually, what I'm doing right now, guys, I'm actually texting the salesman. I send them my motivational text every morning, and I'm texting them right now. It shows I'm texting them right now. And what I tell them is, good morning, build habits. And then I went along with build habits to get out of bed within 5 seconds of your alarm. Because, hey, our guys, bro, they may sleep. They get up 5 seconds before they got to be to work. Okay, and it's nothing wrong with it. I used to be that same guy, right? But that's what I'm texting them. Build habits to get out of bed within 5 seconds of your alarm. And then I just repeated what Austin said to him. Stress doesn't come from working hard. And my next thing to say to him, stress comes from not working. That's what I'm getting ready to text him right now. So, and stress comes from not doing it. You think about it. You think about it when you go do something, even though you may not accomplish what you're doing, but if you just go try it and do it, you're not as stressed. You say, you know what, I tried it. I may not have been as good this time, but I did it. And then think about when you don't do it, how much stress you have. I couldn't do it because I didn't have time. I couldn't do it because my mom didn't let me go. Couldn't do it because I didn't have a ride. I couldn't do it because I wasn't pretty enough. I couldn't do it because of my race. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I've named 8 things, and that's what stress level you're on right now because you didn't go do it. But you really, if you could just go do it, you're on stress level 1. And that only stress is that the stress, when you look yourself in the mirror, you just say, you know what, the stress of me, I just got to go do better. And it really ain't no stress. It isn't. So I agree. I totally agree, man. I totally agree with him. Stress comes from, when you don't do it.
And what did Rocky say yesterday? He said, if I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail because I gave 100%.
That's it.
There's no other reason.
There's
I
no
gave
other
100%
reason.
And it didn't work out. Not because I didn't try. Not because I didn't put in the effort.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's
control what you can control.
That's it. That is it.
A couple more in and then go on, get ready for work.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes we spend way too much time looking at the logical things that we need to win at the highest level. We spend way too much time thinking about
This is
skill.
my problem.
We don't spend enough time
100%.
talking about will. We spend way too much time talking about how much capital you need. We don't spend enough time talking about the vision and how it gets emotional. Business plan is logical. Mission is emotion. It has to get you emotional. When I see somebody that does something at the highest level, there's typically something that emotionally hurt them, upset them, inspired them. Somebody made a comment that affected them. It could be a mother, a father, somebody they love.
So my issue is I try to be too logical. I try to be too on the ball point or on the point. And I want to, steps A, B, C, D, or E, F, G. I can't even say the alphabet. Jeez. Instead of, just do it. Okay, you got a plan. Now do it. I want to understand that 1 + 1 = 2. 2 × 2 = 4. 2 × 3 = 6. Okay, now I know what these are, so now I know what the exact outcome is going to be. Mm-hmm. That's part of the reason I procrastinate, because I want to know the entire equation. And sometimes 85% of the equation is going to have to be good enough. You're going to have to figure it out. If you're robbing a bank, you don't know this is a criminal example, but if you're robbing a bank, you can plan out everything that you can possibly plan, but you don't know if there's going to be an off-duty security or off-duty cop in that bank. You don't know the little factors that are going to come in to play. You don't know what the weather is going to be like. It could all of a sudden just start storming, right? Mm-hmm. You can plan for a certain degree, but life is going to come at you. And then you have to be able to just do it and then learn on the fly. Yeah. Is it ready, fire, aim? Uh-huh. Right. So, you got to ready. I'll say ready, aim, fire, aim.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're going to miss. You may hit 70%, may hit 60%, but you're going to miss, and you just have to figure out how to move forward. But like you were saying, emotional versus logical. Emotional is the journey, is like the strength of it. Mm-hmm. Logical may be the structure and the backbone. Yeah. But you have to have something else to carry it. You have to have the muscles to carry it, and that's going to be, the why you're doing it. The emotional, like you said, you showed Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, sent back down to JV. In the middle of his prime, his father was probably murdered. we don't know the truth on that, but his father died, right? And that drove him even more. So there's things in life that happen to us that are going to drive us forward, but you have to put the logical with the emotional, not become overly emotional, but you have to become emotional enough to be your driver.
No, I totally agree. And, I was never logical. I was always emotionally driven about everything. And so, when you said that about yourself, everything's logic. In the beginning when we start working together, I would be it makes me think now, right? It makes me think about it now. And so I'm like, hey, how many customers have we had? How many ups have we had? How many have we sold versus last year? And you would always come to me about, look, this is 33% of what we sold last year. We're at 15% here. We're at 13% here. And I'm just like, what? All I want to know is how many we've had. And you would have every breakdown in every percentage, bro, that you would have to explain it to me just so that I was logic about it, right? Mm-hmm. So I've learned from you. I've learned from you, right? I've learned that you got to have emotion and logic, right? You got to have emotion and logic, right? And what I was doing was I was very emotional. You was very logic, and so I was very emotional logic. I mean, and so I had to separate that, right? I had to say, you know what? We got to have this. We need this logic. Right? Because everything is a number for us, right? So we got to have this logic. I got to know what percentage, right, that we're not getting in so that I can get emotional about that percentage that we're not getting in or what we're not doing so that I can accomplish that other percentage and other part of it, right? So that's how I put it together. So thank you for being so logical. There's nothing, I don't think there's anything wrong with being logic and wanting to be logical about everything. I train that with the salesman now. I'm like, stop being so technical about everything. Just be logic. Just tell them, you're spending this much, you're saving this. Just be logic. And so I'm growing with that. So continue that. And, add some emotion to it if that's what's, messing with you or whatever. But that's a good point, man. And you can't be over emotional because once you're over emotional, nothing's going to be logic to you. It's not. You're going to look at everything as a negative. So
it's like a yin and yang. It's a balance.
Because you got to be
especially
balanced.
with a partnership. For me, I can go in and I can break down all the data. I can break down all the statistics, and like you said, I can come up with a whole custom spreadsheet,
yeah,
custom algorithm.
He do too,
and I can find ways to implement different changes. And okay, this is where we need to focus on changing. But then I can go and try to figure out, what we need to, how we can change it to get a different result. But you have 17 years in the business, for example. So if I can just show you and get you to understand where this deficiency is, okay, this is the deficient. We're deficient here. We're deficient here. We're doing fantastic here. We need to keep this. But you can say, okay, we suck at this. This is what I think we should do because you have more experience over time. This is what I think we should do to get this over here. Mm-hmm. So if you have someone who's more emotional and you have someone who's logical, you have the yin and the yang. One person can sit down and be more technical about it. One person and can give some input on how to change, but this person can be shown the data and then share how we can break down and go forward to get better. So I think that's part of the reason that we've worked really well is because I'm very technical about it and I'm very, like you said, logical and you have a bunch of emotional experience and you have a bunch of knowledge from actually dealing with people and training and, that's how we've been able to, be a good team.
Well, good. Let's get better at it.
Let's get better.
Let's get better at it. And me sitting here, I want to get better every single day, right? And we do these things, but if we make it a habit, to do it every single day, right? Think of how much better we will be. He'll be more emotional in it. I'll be more logical in it. And right now we have that balance. But let's continue to balance, because the world, again, like Austin said earlier, the world's changing. People are changing, right? And if we don't keep that balance, we become unbalanced, right? So let's get better at it, man. So,
absolutely. Yeah. I've learned from you too is because there's times where I want to be too technical about it and I want to get lost in everything, but sometimes some of that data doesn't matter. It's about how you go through and you implement it, that emotional pool, that strength that you have to actually take action over it. So data doesn't matter if you don't figure out what to do with it.
Yeah,
it's
true.
useless.
Yeah, true. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. We're getting
Absolutely.
balanced, y'all. Like New Balance, man. We're getting balanced over here.
All right, I think it's about time to kill it. It's 7:25.
All right, man. We got to get going, y'all. But again, today, create some habits. What I got for you, get out of bed within 5 minutes. Okay, get out of bed within 5 minutes. Stop being so stressed about the logic, right? Have some emotion, and be emotional about your life changes. Be emotional about your life changes and whatever you decide to do in life. Again, guys, we're not telling you this is the magical thing that you can do to have the best life. We're sharing with you our life experiences that we go through every single day, and we're reacting to videos, TikTok, because we go through the same thing that these millionaires, these billionaires, these business owners, these very important high-profile people are going through. So you don't have to be a high-profile person to be going through everyday life. So again, man, create some great habits. Get emotional, have some logic, and stop living by the clock. Get up, get out of bed, and get going.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world.